أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome to today's snippet. I'm just gonna go right into it. We're actually switching things up a little bit today. So since it's Jumu'ah, blessed day, I'm gonna be talking about Surah Kahf. So I actually memorized like about half of Surah Kahf a long time ago. And I like to use Friday and Saturday as just review days for the new things that I memorized throughout the week. So Surah Tawbah. Um, so I decided to kind of start revising at least Friday and Saturday Surah Kahf. So we're going to be talking about the very early verses of Surah Kahf, Ayahs 1 to 15, which is the first page. And there's two key thoughts I had when I was revising these verses. I think the first thing is that just from the name of the surah itself, Kahf means the cave, and as the name kind of tells, uh, the surah starts off by talking about the story of the people in the cave. And if you're unfamiliar with the story, it was essentially a group of youth who believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they took refuge in this cave, hiding from the disbelievers. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put them in a deep sleep for hundreds of years, and then they woke up many years later, and they had like proof of you know the fact that they're from a different time. There was like coins that they had that didn't match the era. Um, and it basically talks about how they have this show of faith, um, where they say we'll only believe in the one true God, um, and I think there's two key points that I kind of took away from this. The first thing is that they were youth, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is really showing that even like at a very young age, you can have that type of impact. You can have that belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like age is not a discriminating factor in Islam. Some of the greatest some of the greatest leaders in Islam, there was a 19-year-old commander in Islamic history. Some of the greatest like commanders and figures in Islam, came from a very young age. So I think that's one key takeaway is that no matter how old you are, you can use that as you shouldn't let that limit you. And the second kind of thing I took away from it is that this is almost to me a reminder of the Day of Judgment, in the sense where I kind of parallel it to the fact that these youth were put into a deep slumber for many years, and then they were resurrected, um, several hundred years later. And that's how our lives will go as well. We'll all go to our graves one day, and then we'll be resurrected on the day of judgment and put forward for our own actions. So, inshallah, just those are the couple small thoughts I had. We should use this as just a reminder to, you know, take Islam very seriously and take your deen seriously. Um, Beautiful surah, and it is a blessing to recited on Friday, and it's said that anyone that memorizes Surah Kahf will be protected from the Antichrist, the Dajjal, when that time comes. So I encourage everyone to try and memorize this surah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sadaqallahu al-azim.